This is a video about heroic Rygelon, and I'm going to try and make another because I made a number of mistakes in the graphics, but so we'll at least get the basic idea out. So the idea is that the stars represent where the quasars spawn, and then these are where the antimatter is, and then the boss would be the thing. I made an error on the graphic. The pedestals are actually further to the edges, and these wedges, they don't go out, they go in. But I just need to get something out to explain these basic concepts. There are 10 there are 10 bombs per up phase, and a lot of people underestimate that a great deal. Even people that have done 100 plus pulls, and I've whispered them and asked them, how many bombs are there per up phase? And they're like, oh, there's 6 or there's 8. No, there are 10. You have 12 quasars to clear 10 bombs, and that's why it's so important that they're killed exactly on time and in the right spots, because they only persist on the ground for under 10 seconds. It's like 9 or 8 seconds even, so they just have to be done in an orderly fashion. So the way I want to do it is I want to divide the DPS into 2 lanes. So that would be the blue lane, this would be the green lane. And then the bombs have to be killed in the pairs like this, with bosses here, and then the 2 coming in from each side. You know, it just has to be done that way, because if it is, then the holes that will clear the bombs will always be in the same spot. And that's what we got to have, so that there's no confusion of where to go and who has to go where. I mean, the lines and the orbs make it a little problematic. Here's why you have to do it, because if you do it wrong and you do these 2, then by the time, so then you wind up with a bad situation where this one didn't get killed, so then this one's in. So then you have like one quasar off by itself in La La Land, and then you have these 2 together. And what happens in practice is that, like, this one usually gets done right, but then there's one person left, and they don't know if they're supposed to go to this one, or these 2 get killed, or, you know, one of these, if these both get killed, then one person goes in here, and then that one expires early, or, you know, one person, they go up here, and then this person also panics, and they kill that one early. And that's just why it has to be done in an orderly fashion, because people panic because it's not clear when the quasars are in this formation which one is next. The other thing, I'll try and go over this. This is kind of a overly complicated graphic, but the basic idea is that when the orbs come up to go to the downstairs, that the melee would fill in from this side, and the ranged would fill in, you know, they would be up here somewhere, and ranged and healers would come down and start filling in from these edges. And then there's a couple ranged that have to kind of be in the middle. They would go to the center. So this overly complicated graphic, melee in from there, ranged in from this side, and then a couple people would have to go kind of in. Let's look at some video review. Here's a good example of the quasars, how little time people have to actually clear the bombs. And this is a guy I know who's done 50, 60 pulls. And I think people don't realize how little time they have to clear the quasars. So this is 2 or so minutes into the fight. Sorry, this is going to be the end of the 3rd phase. And I want you to watch in this how the debuff lasts for 15 seconds. But the quasars pop with only 8 seconds left, and then they have to be killed. So take a look. I've got a weak aura. Okay. Dark Eclipse on Mossy and Roddy. They have 13 seconds now, but the quasars have not even spawned yet.
We'll see you, Roti.
And I chose...
guys, quasar. They just dropped, T. Relax.
See, and that's why I picked that pull specifically. The guy, one of the DPS is calling for people to swap to the quasars. The raid lead doesn't even realize how little time there is. Again, the quasars have just spawned. And these two guys have 6 seconds left. Let's go back just a second or two. Okay, so it's a little hard to see. Okay, boom. Okay, their nameplates aren't even up yet.
Just dropped, T. Relax.
Okay, they're a little hard to see. They have under 6 seconds. This one's at 50%. They have 6 seconds left. And you can guess what's going to happen here. Okay, one guy gets in, so his name disappeared from the weak aura. The other one is going to get killed late.
It's like this note.
Boom. Okay. The other reason why it has to be ranged doing it is you get situations like this. Okay, Fedito. This guy is going to get in with the orange, and then the other guy's not.
One of me's going right
Okay,
side.
so they swap. This guy's help. Okay, it's this Quasar here. That Quasar right there. There's 3 melee helping out. And this guy is going to go in, this little moon icon here. The melee kind of panic. He winds up going in, and there's literally no time. There's only 3 seconds left when the mistake is made. There's no time to recover, and this person will explode. Kaboom!
How you missed that?
How'd you miss? And then the Raidley doesn't know what happened, but it wasn't the fault of the person with the bomb. It was a melee just one wrong step, and the whole attempt is gone. I'm still working out the orbs. So here's a pull where I'm on my healer, and I'm not very good. But this is an orb spawning next to me, and I wanted to demonstrate how much damage these things do. They are kind of soakable without immunities, but it's definitely a ton of damage. So it's going to come down next to me. It's just started. Okay, I've got 1 stack, and now I got 2 stacks, and I run away, and somebody else is going to start taking it. So you can see my health bar is dropping fairly fast, but it's gone. And then this will actually result in one of the other soakers doesn't make it. But actually, did a bomb go off here too? Oh, a bomb went off too. That's why he died. Oh, that's so. Well, actually, I'm not quite sure, but it's not that important right now. But I mean, it does a lot of damage. Warcraft logs. This is the Warcraft logs from that pull. You can see overall, I take 112 damage over the course of 15 seconds. And my health is like 60 or 70k. So, I mean, it's a lot, but it's doable. It's not like it has to be immune. And do I have any other videos I want to show? Okay. Here's an example why people have to get in early. This is going to be a fight where someone just doesn't understand the fight all that well. This guy, this boomkin here, this boomkin with the orange on his head, he's got it. Oops, got in too late. So let's take a look at when that Quasar was killed and how long they persist on the floor. Okay, so they're gonna go down. This is 1 minute and 14 seconds into the video. He's got it. He doesn't understand the fight. He doesn't know that he can get in right away. It's like trying to parse. 114, 12. Okay, now he goes for it. It's now 122. The Quasar was killed at 114, so that was only 8 seconds ago, and it's not going to trigger. It disappears under his feet, and you can see he is going to blow up now. Makes a nice play, tries to jump off, but it's too late. And one other thing. This was one of the worst spawns I ever got. So be sure if you ever go downstairs and you see the orbs this far apart, so check this out. They're normally close together. I'm preparing for them to be close. look at this. There's one over here by the entrance, and there's one all the way on the other side of the room. In like 75 pulls, I've never seen them quite that far. And that will actually wind up resulting in a wipe. Also, you can see I roll a weak aura for myself. This is how if you're curious how the tank debuff works, that's how hard I'm getting trucked. And we're not able to soak in time, so this will cause a wipe. Boom! Alright, that's quite a bit of info about the fight. I'm going to redo the graphics, hopefully, and make it a little more higher production value, but that at least gets some of the info out.